Welcome, Cruise TV number 13. And we're going to talk about a strategy that is not working, but still, I want to talk about this strategy. Why? Because I see a lot of people doing it. I call it the hidden cat strategy. It's the cat behind the curtain. People who have ever listened to me or saw a webinar from me or whatever, they know what I'm talking about. So, Cruise TV number 13, the hidden cat strategy. If you have any questions, leave them below and I will start sharing my screen. Here it is. The hidden cat strategy. It has to do with showing up. What? Sharing is paused. Why is that? Something is not really right. Anyway, I'll talk and I'll close some of my windows. It has to do with you showing up in the world. It has to do with fear of being judged, fear of people thinking something about you, like all these, I would say, normal fears. Let's see if I can share now. I don't know why I didn't want to share. Yeah, now it works. It is about you hiding behind this curtain, metaphorically speaking. You are hiding behind this curtain while your customers are crying in their bed or are desperately looking for you. And that's what I call the hidden cat strategy. And if you realize that you can build your best business ever by not giving fucks about you or what others think of you, that's the first step. And I know it's easier said than done. I know that, absolutely. I mean, I know what thoughts can do. I know the power of this negative spiraling. I know, but that's not what it's about. It's about stepping up for yourself and stepping up for your customer. Because if you keep on hiding behind this curtain, you abandon your customers. They cannot find you. They cannot benefit from your expertise. You just leave them standing alone in the cold. Sounds a bit harsh, maybe. But are you this cat behind the curtain? So are you the entrepreneur not doing any Facebook Lives? Are you the entrepreneur not showing up on network events? If you do go to events, are you the entrepreneur not introducing yourself to new people or mingling or whatever? Are you the entrepreneur hiding behind a logo? I still see a lot of profile pictures, Facebook profile pictures with a logo or with the dog or the cat or the kids or whatever. I want to see you. If you are an expert, I want to see you and only you. Because if you use Facebook only for a tiny bit for business, and as soon as you are in business groups, you are using it for business, then consider it to be a business profile. So take a serious picture, look me in the eye and have a nice and friendly smile. No sunglasses, no wine, no, unless you sell wine, but like a normal, serious picture. It's not so hard. And then make sure that you show up, that you go to meetings, that you go to the speakers you adore, that you show up in videos, that we can hear you, that we can see you, that we can almost touch you or like feel you, get your energy. Some people have this fantastic personality on video and they don't use it. And I'm like, Do it. Just some food for thought. What if those people did not show up? What if they would stay behind the curtains? From left to right, it's David Bowie, it's Oprah Winfrey, and it's Pablo Picasso. What if they would have said, I am scared, I'm afraid, what would people think of me? Let's stay in my cozy little comfy zone. Then we would have missed three geniuses in their own area, in their own field, but we would have missed them. And that is stupid. I mean, who would like to miss David Bowie, Oprah Winfrey, or Pablo Picasso? I wouldn't. So show up. You have a duty to the world. So how to get out of your curtain situation? There's always this choice, and I use this highway. There is a road going to the left and there's one going to the right. And the road to the right, you can see it has signs. It has a clear, like you have to go here, yes or no. And on the left, you don't know where you're going. I mean, it's a metaphor. The left road is the road that is less secure. There are risks, there are judgments, there are new things happening. And you, especially when you start on this left road, you are fearful about the consequences, about everything that's going to happen. As soon as you step out of your comfort zone, people start to notice. But I know that if you take the left route, then exciting things are going to happen. You get opportunities. Like this morning, for me it was morning, it was 9 a.m. This morning, I had a podcast interview with a guy from Australia. He found me on the internet. I didn't ask how, but somehow, maybe because I was a guest on other podcasts, I don't know. But all of a sudden, I get this email from this guy from Australia. He has a marketing podcast and he invited me as a podcast guest. I said yes. And the only reason why I get this opportunity is because I took the left lane. I stood up, I showed up, I showed myself, I talk, I mean, I'm just here as a person, no matter what. So please do me a favor, get some support, get some coaching, get on that left lane. It's more exciting and there's more breakthroughs. Let me tell you two stories. I want to share two stories of other people with you, and I ask for their permission. So first, it's the story of, where is it? Let's see if I can. I wanted to hide my video. The story of Catharina Lewald. She was my mastermind buddy in 2017 and 2018. We were in the same group. So we masterminded together. In 2017, I went to the social media world in San Diego, social media marketing world in San Diego for the first time, 2017. Wait a moment, I'm going to do it a little bit different. So I'll put it here. I was there for the first time and I had an amazing time. I had photos with all the speakers and I'm on the first row. I'm a first row girl, so I was on the first row with a lot of famous speakers, including Amy Porterfield. So on the left, you see Amy Porterfield. On the right, you see Catharina Lewald. But including Amy Porterfield. And we asked Amy Porterfield, because Catharina is a big, like the biggest fan of her. We asked Amy Porterfield to record a small video for her, for Catharina, to send to Catharina because she was afraid to fly. She was so afraid of flying that she did not go to her biggest idol. So Amy Porterfield, she's very friendly. So a very small video for Catharina. We sent it to her, and a month later, she told us she was in a hotel room that evening when she received the video. she lay down on the bed and she cried and cried and cried because she was so afraid of flying that she was not there. And at that point, she decided no matter what, I am going to be there next year. So she took how to get rid of your fear of flying classes. They have a certain name, I don't know. She took them and we booked the flight together for 2018. So we were sitting next to each other. And I was like, just sit and wait, we'll get there. I'm not afraid of flying. So I'm like, it's just going to be a long flight. But we were sitting there, and of course, we arrived safe and sound in San Diego. And then that's the left photo. She met Amy Porterfield for the first time. I mean, it was really emotional because she met Amy Porterfield. We were allowed to take a picture. And after this picture, Katarina ran off to the ladies' toilet and cried from emotion, from I did it. I took the step. And she recorded a real emotional podcast about it. That's also the reason why I am sharing this. It's not a secret. She recorded a podcast about it. The link is on the slide. I'll also share it. It's in German, so if you understand German. But she recorded it, and this was 2018. And now like this year, 1 year later, she just flew to Toronto. She said, well, I even slept a little bit on the plane, so it's getting better and better and better. She flew to Toronto to Tribe Live, another big event, and Amy Porterfield was one of the speakers again. And there's the new picture. And I know how much this means to her. So it's about showing up on the places you want to be. And it's about showing your face to the people that inspire you. Being visible is not only doing a Facebook Live. That's not it, because that's something that she's not afraid of. She does Facebook Lives, Insta Lives, podcasts, no problem. It was only that fear of flying that kept her from stepping into the big arena and meeting those people. But it's a very emotional story. So if you can understand German, I recommend you listen to that episode. Then another story that was about video. Annemieke van Waterschot, one of my Dutch students back then, she was in my social media training in 2015, and we had an assignment, like they had an assignment that they had to practice their positioning tagline on video, that they could use it for social media material, etc. And Annemiek was one of the students, and I still remember this. She was looking at, and we had iPads or phones or whatever. She was looking at the iPad, and she went instantly red, like red spots in the neck, and like, I cannot do this. I can't. It's too hard. And one of the things that I know from experience is that your body has to get used to certain sensations, like being on camera, for example. It has to be a normal procedure, normal process. So I said to Annemiek, with one of the other students, you go into that corner, here's the iPad, go practice it for 12 times. I want to see 12 takes with exactly the same lines, etc. And not exactly, but the same assignment. And she was like, oh, okay. But I still remember they were working there in that corner, and after 7, 8, 9 times, it becomes a bit boring. In other words, you get used to the sensation. And I still remember that take number 11 was the best take. And she said, no, I'm done. I said, no, 12 times. It's just the rehearsal and the doing. And then it's so fantastic to see that if you go to her Facebook page now, I found her first Facebook Live from 2016. And she has a video personality, but she was still a bit more timid, like hello, and like it has to grow on her. If you go to her Facebook page now, she has all these videos with LinkedIn tips, and she goes live, and it has grown on her, and it suits her really, really well. And I know that because of the videos and the consistency, she built this very, very reliable business. And I think she's fully booked at the moment. So it's time for you. I hope you like cats. I love cats, but it's time for you to show up, because showing up is the only thing that you can do as an entrepreneur. Showing up for your clients, showing up for the people that need you, giving them value, serving them, but let people know that you exist. Cruise TV number 13, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.